Suma's POV. Suma! I jerked awake and saw Nine standing over me. Finally. You sleep deeply, don't you? It's time to wake up for training. Already? I asked, confused and in a bit of a haze. I stood and exited my roost, stretching my wings wide. Did you not sleep well then, I take it? Nine asked. I had a strange dream, I said. About? I do not know. I did not recognize anyone in it, and it certainly never happened to me, so it was no memory, I explained. As we flew to meet everyone else outside to eat, I told Nine about the dream. Amboss? Wasn't he that famous hero from the time of the dragons? Nine asked, and we landed outside. The others were talking amongst themselves, so we simply grew our fruits and started eating. I believe so. In fact, I am sure of it, I said, taking a bite of my fruit. But I don't know of any Nume from that time with the name Zachariah. He must have been an imagination of your sleeping mind, Nine said. In the dream, he was not a Nume. In fact, he was a member of Jake's race. You dreamed that Amboss was the same race as your familiar? Nine asked. What? No, Zachariah was the one who was... Oh, what did Jake call his species again? Humans? I explained. Oh, well, either way, it still sounds like a strange dream, Nine said, taking a bite himself. We talked a bit more until we finished eating, and the lieutenant showed up. Good morning, everyone. I see you are all finished eating, so we will begin today's training. Follow me, she said, before spreading her wings and flying upwards. We all followed behind. She led us to a large domed building with a wide open area that was dug quite deeply into the ground. It was clearly a constructed area. There were far too many sharp edges to be natural. Welcome to the pits. Here you'll be straining and training. This is where you improve your skills so that you won't die the first time you go on a mission. Why is it underground? Odin's the tallest Nume present and on our team asked. Once you have progressed enough of your training, you will undergo a trial to be confirmed as ready for field duty, and will then be allowed to go on missions. The pit was created to protect the spectators watching the trial. Can we ask what the trial is? Ro asked nervously. If you need a pit to protect the Nume who are just watching it, it must be dangerous. It'll be live combat. A creature will be summoned for you and your familiar, or Nume partner if you prefer, to fight. You could also choose to fight alone, and doing so would result in a rank increase if afterwards you were successful. Does this trial apply to even the healing mages? I asked. Yes, it does, she said simply. May I ask why? I asked. Anything can happen in combat. There is no way to guarantee your survival, and relying completely on your team to keep you alive in the field will at least slow them down and may get you all killed. Every one of you must pass this trial before your team is clear for duty, Lieutenant Datahu explained. Just like the entrance test, I said. The lieutenant started quickly looking around the room, then stared at me. Private Suma, where is Sentinel? She asked sharply. I haven't summoned him yet, madam, I said, nervous. Do so immediately. From now on I want him to arrive at the same time as the rest of the team. If he is late again, there will be consequences. Yes, ma'am, I understand, I said, and started to summon Jake. I summon you, Sentinel. He slowly began to appear. However, he was in midair again. Ugh! He yelped and landed on the floor heavily with a thump. What the heck? He sat up and started looking around. Jake was dressed strangely. His garments were thinner and more free-flowing than normal. Instead of having holes for each of his appendages, it had a single hole that seemed to have gone all the way up his back. I'm sorry for summoning you without warning, Jake, I apologized. Prepare yourself, Sentinel. We're about to begin today's training, Lieutenant Datu ordered. Oh, right, I completely forgot, Jake said, standing up. Lieutenant, I'm sorry, but I don't think it'll be safe for me to train today. I was being treated in a hospital for hallucinations and intermittent loss of consciousness. The lieutenant seemed confused. Are you saying you were in some kind of healer's abode or infirmary? Yes, ma'am. What? I asked, shocked. Jake, what happened? I don't know. I passed out after you sent me home and started seeing things that weren't there, he said. Well, now that you've been summoned, the healing aspect should take effect soon, and you should be fine, the lieutenant said. Ma'am, he has been summoned nearly every day for almost a year now. If whatever is happening can continue even through that, then the healing aspect might not do anything, I told her. Then cast some of the magic yourself, Private Suma. We need to get started, she snapped. Ma'am, the first thing they teach us in school is that healing magic cannot solve everything, and may only make some problems worse. If the healing aspect hasn't already healed him, then my magic will not either, I explained. Ah, I see. A disease that cannot be healed with magic. You have my deepest sympathies, Sentinel. Have your healers told you how much longer you will have to make arrangements? I'm not dying, Jake blurted out. I just need to get back so the doctors can fix me. My world never had magic, so we developed other ways to heal people, he said. Actually, I feel fine. Then why can you not train? Lieutenant Datahu asked, annoyed. Jake closed his eyes for a second. Okay, so I'm already strong. Yes, she said. Would you want someone with my strength and who occasionally sees things that aren't there and who already has a history of using overpowered or uncontrolled spells, doing magic anywhere near you? Jake asked. There was a moment of quiet. I don't, Rourke stated. Nine and Odins nodded their heads in agreement and uncomfortably shifted on their perches. The lieutenant sighed deeply. Fine. You're excused from training until you have been released to do so with your healer's approval. Thank you, ma'am, Jake said. But you will still be required to take the after-training courses with the instructor that we talked about. You won't need to do magic, so you should be safe, she said. Yes, ma'am. I'm happy to. Jake then turned to me. Suma, could you send me back before a doctor, or worse, my mum comes back? I sent him back, and as soon as he was gone, the lieutenant let out another deep sigh.